Hi, hello everyone. So today we are going to learn about another topic under reading skills. It is called as transition. This is the learning objective for today's lesson. So by the end of this lesson, students should be able to identify transitions used in reading text. All right, let's take a look at the definition of transition first. Transition is referring to words or phrases that connect different sentences, paragraphs, or ideas. Okay, words that connect sentences, paragraphs, or different ideas. Now, transition contributes to the cohesion. Okay, cohesion is the unity of a paragraph, a particular paragraph or sentence, and the coherence or consistency in writing. Okay, you need to use transition in order to ensure ideas flow smoothly in relation to one another, meaning one sentence is related to one another, one paragraph is related to the paragraph before that. Now, transition has many names. It's also known as transitional marker, transition words, linking words, connectors, cohesive devices, okay, so on and so forth. Now, usually transition is placed at the beginning of sentences or paragraphs, and they are followed by a comma. Okay, this is usually the case, but sometimes it can still be in the beginning, it can still be at the end, and there are some transitions that are not followed by comma. So as you can see, here are some examples of transitions. You can use transition for many indicators or many purposes. Okay, sometimes you use it to add to some ideas, sometimes in order to compare or contrast, sometimes to emphasize on an idea, sometimes also you use it to conclude. Okay, and as you can see from from the examples here, words such as additionally, firstly, similarly, in other words, for example, in summary, these words are usually used at the beginning of sentence or paragraph, and they are followed by comma. But there are also transitions that are used within a sentence, okay, in the middle of sentence, and do not need a comma, such as because, so, even though, what else? Meanwhile, soon, later, although, like, okay, and so on and so forth. All right, so in order to identify the ideas that are connected by transition, when you read a text, okay, you must follow a few rules in order to get the right answer. So you have to follow these rules, or else your answer will be regarded as wrong. Okay, here is an example of question that you need to answer that is related to using transition to connect ideas in reading text. For example, the word however links two ideas. What are they? So how are we supposed to answer this kind of questions? So you need to follow a few rules in order to get the right answer. Here are the rules. So basically there are 5 different rules that you need to adhere when giving or identifying the answers to the question just now. So the first one, ideas that you gave or answers, okay, must not have any missing word or punctuation. Meaning to say, you need to write in full, you have to have all the words, and you need to write in correct punctuation. Okay. The second one is ideas need to have correct spelling and letter case. Okay, spelling is correct, letter case is also correct. The third rule is you need to have the correct first idea. Okay, if you have the correct first idea, then the second idea could be correct as well. But if your first idea is already wrong, then automatically the second idea will be wrong as well, even though by right the second one should be correct. The fourth one is ideas should follow chronological order. Okay, so which idea comes first and which idea comes later, you need to follow the order. And the last one, ideas do not need to include the transition itself. So when you give your answer or you identify your answer, do not write the transition in your answer as well. Okay, so we're going to have a look at example of questions so that you will be able to make sense of all these rules and apply it when identifying the answers. Okay, let's do a little bit of practice. Let's read this short paragraph first, yeah? Tina is a sweet-toothed person. She loves eating sweet delicacies like cakes, chocolates, and ice creams. However, she doesn't like sugared drinks. In fact, the only type of drink she consumes is plain water. All right, here is the question. The word however, okay, however, in this short paragraph, links two ideas. It links two ideas. What are they? So you need to identify the first idea and also the second idea. Now, how are you supposed to answer this kind of question? Okay, so however, what is the purpose of however? It is to show contrast, right? Show contrast between the first idea and the second idea. So the first idea is what? What is the statement? Usually, the first idea comes before the transition, which is she loves eating sweet delicacies like cakes, chocolates, and ice cream. So that is the first idea. Now, the second idea, that is the one that comes after the transition, because transition is in the middle. It connects two different ideas, right? So the first one is before and the second one should go after the transition. So the second idea should be she doesn't like sugared drinks. Now, it's fairly easy to answer this kind of questions, right? The first idea is the one that comes before transition, and the second idea is the one that comes later after the transition. The transition is in the middle that connects these two different ideas. Now, where does the rule apply here? Why do you need to apply all these rules? Okay, let's have a look at some example of answers usually given by students. Okay, so here is an example of answer that is incorrect. Okay, so why is this answer incorrect? Why is it regarded as wrong? Remember the rules that we had earlier? There are 5 different rules. Okay, so ideas or your answers should have no missing word, no missing punctuation, should have correct spelling and letter case. Okay, should have correct first idea for the second idea to have the possibility of being correct as well. And next one is the ideas need to follow chronological order. The first one should come first, and the second idea should come later. And ideas should not include the transitional word itself. So you do not need to put the transition in your answers. Okay, so this particular answer, why is it wrong? What's missing? What is not following the rules? Yes, I think you can identify there is a missing punctuation, right? Cake, chocolate, and ice cream. Cake should have comma there. Okay, cake, chocolate, and ice cream. Okay, and then there's no full stop as well. Okay, so that is already wrong. What else that the rules are not followed here? The missing word like. Okay, she loves eating delicacies like. Like is not included here. So that makes the answer wrong. Okay. Now, also, as mentioned, if the first answer, okay, the first idea is wrong, automatically the second idea becomes wrong as well. Even though in this example, the second idea actually has no problem. Okay, it follows the rules, but then because the first idea is already wrong, the second idea becomes automatically wrong. Okay, so here is the reason. As I mentioned earlier, ideas contain missing word and punctuation. Ideas has wrong spelling. Which one is wrong? Yes, the word chocolate. Okay, wrong spelling. It's supposed to be CHO. Okay, and then first idea is wrong, so second idea becomes automatically incorrect. Okay. Now here's another example of answer that is regarded as wrong as well. Now why is it wrong? However, she doesn't like sugar drinks. Second idea, she loves eating delicacies like cakes, chocolates, and ice creams. There's no missing word or punctuation. The spellings are all correct. Okay. Correct letter case. What's wrong with this? Yes, the idea does not follow chronological order. The first one should be she loves eating delicacies like cakes, chocolate, and ice creams. The second idea should be she doesn't like sugar drinks. So if you messed up, okay, if you messed up the order, then automatically your answer will be wrong. Okay, and then also this particular answer did not adhere to the rule of ideas should not include transition. So, however is put in the idea. So, that is wrong. Transition is connecting two ideas. However, or the transition, however, here is not the idea. Okay, it is the transition that connects two ideas. You are required to find the ideas. So by right, you should not include transition in the answers or as the ideas. Okay, as mentioned, ideas don't follow chronological order. An idea includes the transition itself. That's why all these answers are wrong. Okay, now why are we being so rigid? Why are we being so strict with this? Even though, you know, by right, if you're able to identify the first one, the second one, it should be all right, right? Because it's simple. Why are we complicating this? Okay, we need to be rigid because if you identify the answers from the text, what you need to do is simply copy. You just have to copy from the paragraphs or from the text or from the sentences. So by right, when you copy sentences paragraph, it should be as it is. There should be it shouldn't be any changes made. Okay, so here is an example of answer that is correct. Okay, the first idea, she loves eating sweet delicacies like cakes, chocolates, and ice creams. So this is the first idea. It comes the first one. Okay, follow chronological order. There's no missing punctuation, missing word. There's no misspelling. There's no letter case, okay, being left out. Correct first idea. And the second idea does not include any transition. Okay. So all the rules are adhered to. That's why it is regarded as correct answer. So you need to be able to adhere to these rules when identifying the correct answer for questions for transitions. Okay, it seems as if it is simple. It is actually theoretically simple, but what makes it complicated is we become careless when we copy the words or the sentences from the reading text. Alright, so that's all on the lesson for today. So hopefully you now understand what transition means, the functions of transition, and most importantly, how to answer transition related questions, especially identifying ideas that are connected by transition from reading text. Okay, you need to follow all these rules, and then I think you'll be able to answer the question well. Okay, see you next time. Bye.